The Good Life Book Summary. This is a book about the longest study that's been done on happiness, and it has a lot to do with relationships. We receive messages throughout the day about what makes up a good life. People compare their inner life to others' outer life. There are falls, steps forward, and steps backwards in our lives. A good life comes from hard things. There was a Harvard study done which investigated what makes up a good life. The study determined which investments paid off over a lifetime and what makes people happy and healthy. According to the study, good relationships are the most significant predictor of happiness and health. It's been hard to maintain the study, but the Harvard study has been around for over 80 years. The study processed all objective and subjective information about participants over their lifetime. Happiness is not something to be achieved. There are two types of happiness. Hedonic happiness, which is fleeting and temporary pleasure. That's one type of happiness. And eudaimonic happiness, which is the second type of happiness, is one that can last a lifetime despite the ups and downs. People connected to family and community are happier and healthier than those who aren't. Lonely people don't live longer, and people who are less connected than they wish they were have worse health. People's brain rewards them for contact with others and makes them feel safe. When something feels insecure to a person, or there are some harmful interactions in their relationships, cortisol, fight and flight response are turned on as a result. Homo sapiens survived due to cooperation and their social nature, despite all the difficulties of prehistoric times. As science has shown, our brain is meant to connect with others. Positive relationships are vital. People are bad at effective forecasting, and we're not good at predicting happiness. Some people prefer to be alone because it's messy to be with others, even though it's more beneficial despite the mess. Culture also influences happiness. Culture is invisible to its participants, like fish in water. There were 5 prospective and longitudinal studies done which showed that people with more social connections were less likely to die, and really of all causes. Money is a central object in cultures across the world and in America. Having a basic amount of money for basic needs is vital to happiness. Too much money won't bring more joy necessarily, but not having enough for survival leads to pain. When people focus on what they can't control, it makes them unhappy. Sonia Lubomirsky found that people return to normal happiness levels after a very happy or a very sad life event, but it takes a few years, of course, to get back to normal. People can still influence their life satisfaction by 40%. It was discovered that adults experience growth and positive changes over their lifetime, not just decline, so it's not just kids who experience growth. Erik Erikson, the psychologist, studied adult development. At all stages of life, people come across one central crisis. Young adults face the question of solitude versus partnership. People always change throughout their lives. In midlife, there's another crisis. Midlife generativity versus stagnation is about being creative and helping the next generation versus staying stuck in self-contentedness. Life can be viewed through relationships. Relationships show people who they are. Some young adults stall and don't live life outside of their parents. Some have arrested psychological and social development. Many people regretted not feeling alive in their middle ages, as well as procrastinating and worrying. They wished they had spent more time with family. Loneliness hurts the body. It suppresses immunity, is worse than obesity, increases the risk of death by 26%, reduces sleep quality, and makes people feel more sensitive to pain. Loneliness causes people to cope with stress in risky or poor ways. Energized relationships make you feel more connected and better at being alone. However, a draining relationship makes you feel worse than being alone. Please don't wait too long to spend time with the people you care about, or it will be too late. When people give and receive, this leads to a meaningful life. Siblings and old friends can't be replaced, so they are essential. In the US, more people are unmarried than at any other time period. One usually gets what they give in relationships. The Dalai Lama said that the best way to care for yourself is to be generous and care about others, because those who don't care about others harm themselves too. Some people believe that being close to others is risky. Still, it's best to be risk tolerant and have a vision beyond your fears. People who know the stories of others and talk to people are often lively and joyful. It's good to be curious and figure out who a person is. One should be genuinely interested in others in order to connect with them. Your relationships should be invested in and will affect your future. Attention has been said to be a type of love, so you can love others by giving them your attention. Research now supports the effectiveness of mindfulness. It is an awareness of the present moment without judgment. Mindfulness is also about paying attention to how one feels physically and the sensations that one feels. Thanks for watching, and the second part of the summary is coming soon. Let me know in the comment section what type of good life you envision for yourself.